Welcome, ladies and germs, to another wacky double creature feature episode of my lame-ass Bluejacker reviews. Today we have two sort of episodes. They're not bad, but they're not exactly great either. I'll just admit that right now. First, we have episode 7, The Zapping Operation. This is another episode featuring the new character of Nix, and more than just featuring him, it's actually really centered around him. It's also really sort of a boring Lupin-styled take on the movie Taken. You know, what is it about Taken anyways? Like, it's just such a fucking average action movie, and yet it seems to have made such an impact on pop culture. Like, people act like it's on the caliber of Die Hard or Predator or Alien. Like, what the fuck? Whatever. So, if you know a single thing about Taken, the plot of this episode is going to be pretty obvious. We learn that Nix is really a humble family man when he's not being a generic agent character, and one of his daughters gets kidnapped. A small twist to this is that Lupin and Jigen end up stealing the car the kidnappers stashed Nix's daughter in, so now it's a big confused mess. The spin of this episode is what makes it kind of fun. It's a very action-chasey kind of story, and while it's not the most interesting, at least to me, it works for what it's trying to be. There's a couple of funny scenes with the daughter trying to get Rebecca's, yeah, she's in this one too, autograph. Then there's some dumb scenes, like there's a part where Nix, in a blind rage, starts shooting at Lupin and the others, but they have his daughter. Like, he just starts unloading fire pretty much at his fucking daughter. What a fucking psycho, jeez. There's also this little scene where Rebecca's butler is all, "Shall I take care of him for you?" And then the scene cuts to him shooting at Nix with a machine gun, like, geez, never seen a butler character do something like that before, ooh. All in all, not a bad episode. Not great, but not bad. I give it 3 out of 5 Lupins. This brings us to episode 8, Welcome to the Haunted Hotel. I guess my opinion on this one is basically kind of the same as the previous episode. It's not bad, but it's not very good either. I will say it's a tad bit refreshing in the sense that it's an episode that only features Lupin and Jigen. It gets back to the simplistic roots after having bombarded us with several episodes in a row that featured on a wide cast of characters. Not that I'm saying any of those previous episodes are bad. If you've been watching this series, then you know just how I feel about them, but hey, sometimes you just can't beat the classics, eh? Lupin and Jigen visit a hotel that is, by popular rumor, haunted. This is because Lupin has heard legends of a great treasure hidden somewhere inside. Lupin and Jigen act basically how you'd expect them to. Jigen is staunchy and thinks anything concerning the supernatural is a load of shit, and Lupin is a little more curious and open to imagination. It leads to some fun back and forth between the two. Anyways, it turns out that all the mysterious ghost sightings have been perpetuated by the hotel's owner and his daughter, the latter of whom dresses up as a ghost and wanders around the halls to scare people staying at the hotel. Jigen gets scared, which is kinda funny. I won't say much more about the plot so I don't spoil anything, but it's pretty okay. There's some bad guys in the episode, which personally I found really sort of unnecessary to the plot, but hey, whatever. They get beaten pretty quickly after not really doing anything, and I'd say my main complaint about this episode is that it has, I think, the dumbest fucking plot explanation I have ever seen in a Lupin episode. See, part of the plot concerns how the hotel owner and his daughter scare people. Basically, they chase you into this little dungeon area where you hit a trapdoor and fall harmlessly outside of the castle. Alright, simple enough. But the way you get into this dungeon area is by, I am not making this up, pissing into this little hole in the ground in the corner of a hallway. Lupin deduces that only people who are either drunk or so tired they'd mistake a fucking hole in the ground for a urinal would piss in it, which would only be people at nighttime, which is when the girl goes out to scare people. Okay, that's pretty fucking stupid straight away, but what if the person is a woman? I mean, the hole is in a tight corner. It's not like a woman could easily bend down over it. And if they're drunk or so tired they mistake a hole for a toilet, what happens when they fucking piss all over the rest of the floor or up on the walls? It's fucking disgusting, man. Ugh, oh well. Not so bad an episode, all things considered. 3 out of 5 Lupins. Remember to like, subscribe, and kill yourself. Stay tuned for another episode tomorrow, you sweet little slut. And as always, remember to check the description for a link to all these wonderful episodes.
Keep watching the skies.